Come on, Raiders, what are you doing? You just blew it. Not only for yourselves, but for the Ravens as well. Come on, it's just the Raiders are so bad.
You are looking live.
Here comes the play. Goodman at the free throw line. Jumper.
Oh, he broke his ankles. He is Houdini.
Mickey Mantle don't care about you, so why should you care about him? Nobody cares.
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
I don't like that call.
Not so fast.
Welcome back to Mike's Madness, and in this video we're going to be talking about the absolutely colossal breakdown that the Raiders had last night in a game that they absolutely had to win in order to keep themselves in the playoff race. But Ravens fans as well were rooting for the Raiders to win, because if the Ravens had won out and the Dolphins had lost last night, then the Ravens would be in the playoff picture at that moment. Actually, even if the Ravens won out and the Dolphins lost last night, then the Ravens would be in. But let's not get too into playoff picture, and let's just get right down into the game itself, because the Raiders absolutely that was about as bad as it could have gotten for them. Not only was not only was their defense bad when the Dolphins had the ball last, but even before that, they should have done something different with their last possession of the game. And they went ahead and kicked the field goal. And if you didn't watch the game, it was down to the last minute of the game. The Raiders were behind by 1 because they missed the extra point. So, yeah, they were down 23-22. And again, the only reason they were down is because they missed the extra point earlier. Or they missed an extra point earlier in the game. So they have the ball. They're down at about the 5-yard line. Like, they're on the brink of scoring a touchdown. However, and again, this is with about 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds left in the game, in regulation. The Dolphins have no timeouts. The Raiders are behind by 1. They're on about the 5-yard line. Like, they are, you could either get a touchdown, or get a field goal and leave the Dolphins with almost no time left. But what the Raiders chose to do was kick the field goal. And they did that, leaving about, I think they left about 15 seconds or so left on the clock. And there are a few odd things about that. First thing is, so again, you're down by 1, right? So if you kick the field goal, you do take the lead, which is what they ended up doing. So they took the lead, and left the Dolphins about, I think, 12 seconds left, or about, with no timeouts and the ball. Excuse me. Yeah, so the Raiders did that. They kicked the field goal, so they were up 25-23. So that left the Dolphins with 12 seconds about, no timeouts, to get into field goal range from their own 25. But let's backtrack a little bit to the Raiders kicking the field goal. On the play prior, or a couple plays prior, when it was second and goal, the Raiders handed off the ball to Josh Jacobs, their star running back. He went to about the 1-yard line and slid down, not scoring the touchdown. Now, if he had scored the touchdown, there would be about, I think, 30 seconds or so. And I think if you do that, go for 2, you're up by a touchdown. And now all of a sudden you can't get beat by a field goal. But they elected to sacrifice those points for time. Now, some people will say, that's a great decision. Like, they love it, right? Other people are kind of scratching their heads saying, what are you doing? And the Raiders have had some pretty bad breakdowns all season long. Like, the week prior, they melted down against the Chargers. Albeit they didn't have Derek Carr late in the game. Anyway, the Dolphins had not had such a great game. Tua was not terrific. Fitzmagic was when he came in. You score that touchdown, you can't get beat by a field goal. Worst case scenario, you know, if you go for 2 and you get it, worst case scenario, you go to overtime. All right? But it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's one of those things, you kick the field goal and you think, okay, there's no way they can go down and kick a field goal, but you never know. You know, the NFL has had some wild plays, and if you watched the game last night, that was one of them. But it's just like, I don't know why you don't just finish the deal. You know what I mean? Like, why are you leaving it up? Why are you giving the Dolphins a chance? Why are you giving the other team a chance? I mean, it's almost like you were playing a video game with your brother or with your friend, and you feel bad for them, so you give them a chance to beat you. Like, this isn't a video game. This is real life. The playoffs were on the line for them. They had to win last night, and they didn't. They absolutely blew it. That's before we even get to anything that happened on the defensive end for them when the Dolphins had the ball. I mean, I'm not even a Raiders fan, and I'm disappointed. But it was so odd, the decision that they made, that, like, I don't even know how to, like, break it down. Like, it was so odd, the fact that they, like, I don't know. I mean, and if you want to go for the field goal, fine, but maybe you either, you know, before Derek Carr takes the knee on 3rd and goal, maybe he runs around for a little bit, wastes some more time. You know, maybe he just stands up until somebody comes back and you know, goes after him. You know, maybe I just don't know, right? I mean, I feel like they were too comfortable with the situation they were in. They were not really respecting what the Dolphins had on the other side of the football, or on the offense for the Dolphins. Like, just really strange. Like, I just don't understand I don't get it. I just don't understand, and I don't really know what to say other than that. Like, it's just a dumb decision. And like, I mean, and it's not necessarily a dumb decision, but if that is what you want to do, then you have to be smarter about how you go about it. Like I said, run around with the ball, take some more time off the clock. Don't just snap and take a knee like you're in victory formation and you win the game with a knee. Like, it's not that same kind of kneel down scenario. Or, I mean, like I said, score the touchdown. Just score the dang touchdown. Because then you can't get beat by a field goal if you make a stupid decision on defense, which they ended up doing. And I mean, this is why I said the Raiders were frauds I think it was like last week I said that. I mean, the Raiders they have not been able to, it seems like they haven't been able to do anything right. If it weren't for the Jets being the Jets, they would have lost to the Jets. And I know that's weird to say, but it's true. They gave the Chargers their first division win in like 2 or 3 years. I don't understand. I think it's time for John Gruden to go, first of all. I mean, but that's a whole different conversation. It leaves you speechless. It really does. If you watch that game, you're thinking about the Raiders and you're like, what? You just don't know what to say because it's so bad. Like, it's just, all I'm saying is just score the touchdown. And if you watch the game, the Daniel Carlson, the kicker for the Raiders, he almost missed that kick that was like, what? It was like a chip shot. I think my cat could have made that field goal, and he almost missed it. So I don't know. It was just a really puzzling decision. And in the moment, you know, they kicked the field goal. I'm thinking, okay, there's a very, very slight chance that the Dolphins get into field goal range. But that's the thing. I didn't say it was impossible. I said there was a slight chance. What you want to do with almost no time left in the game, if you're the Raiders, you want to leave your opponent not a slight chance. You want to leave them no chance. And they didn't. They didn't do that. They didn't finish the deal. They left them in the game. They let them hang around for longer than they should have. Or, you know, they gave them a chance. They gave them a chance. And that is something you cannot do. You can never give your opponent a second chance or a third chance or even a first chance. You cannot give them a chance if that is in your control, and it was for the Raiders, and they absolutely blew it. And I think that is why Jon Gruden is just not going to work for this team. Not this year, not next year, not ever. Jon Gruden needs to go because he is the one thing holding this team behind. If you look at their team, they have great talent. Derek Carr is very talented. Josh Jacobs is very talented. Darren Waller is great. They've got a great rookie in Henry Ruggs. Hunter Renfrow is awesome. They've got a really solid defense as well. And you're thinking, how is this team 7-8 right now and not going to be in the playoffs? And you look at their division, and the other two teams below them are the Chargers and Broncos. So it's not like they have a tough division to be in other than the Chiefs. And yet they're 7-8. I don't think it has anything to do with the players as much as it does the coaching. And, you know, when you have a bad team, everything is always going to boil down to the coaching. But in this, you know, sometimes you can look at it a few different ways. Like sometimes you say, hey, this for this team, it's the coaching. For this team, it's the players. I'm trying to think of a team where it's really more so the players than it is the coaching. And I got to point to, you know, not even the Jaguars. The Jaguars, it's coaching. You know, if they have a good, the only position on the Jaguars that's not solid is their defense and their quarterback. Other than that, they have solid players, but that's just an example. But Chunky, because he's fat, Chunky needs to go. But yeah, so anyway, back to the Raiders on defense, right? So albeit, fine, go for the field goal. You're up by 1 now, or no, you're up by 2. Sorry. And yeah, I'm sorry, you just got to score the touchdown there. But anyway, they kicked the field goal, right? It's done. It's in the books. They kicked the field goal. There's no debate anymore, right? You got to live with your decision now. So instead of going for, if anybody's ever played Madden or College Football 14 or whatever, you know, late in the game, when it's a Hail Mary 4 vertical situation, every time you play that video game, you do the Ask Coach or Ask Madden feature of the game, and it's like cover 3 or man 3 deep, right? Everybody knows that if you've played Madden before. The Raiders, however, chose to go cover 2. Yes, they chose to go for a cover 2 defense. With the Dolphins had no timeouts, reminding you. We'll go for a cover 2 defense. With about 12 seconds left on the clock, Dolphins have no timeouts. And not only does Fitzmagic throw up an absolute prayer, but their defensive guy also was holding his face, Fitzmagic's face mask. And if you saw it, you know, all the great Twitter posts and everything, you saw Fitzmagic, like, you know, he's throwing the ball like this, right? And, like, I just, you know, how do you, in that situation, not only did your offensive coordinator and your head coach kind of put you in a bad spot by only going for a field goal, right? Because now you have to go out there and you have to make a play on defense. You have to go and finish the deal on defense because your offense didn't finish the deal due to coaching. And you go out and you rip the guy's face mask off. So no matter what, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. But on top of that, Fitzmagic makes the pass complete. And now, with about 6 seconds left, the Dolphins are in field goal range. And to waste some more time off the clock so that the Dolphins don't do what the Raiders did and give you more chances, they run a little play where they just Fitzmagic runs around and throws the ball out of bounds. Right, to waste some time. And then they trot out the field goal unit, and Jason Sanders, he makes the 44-yard field goal to beat the Raiders and eliminate them from the playoffs. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you absolutely have to score a touchdown in that situation if you are the Las Vegas Raiders or any other team in that situation. Because if you score the touchdown, you can't get beat by a field goal, and all of a sudden, with 6 seconds left, Fitzmagic all of a sudden can't just run around and throw the ball out of bounds to waste time and trot the field goal unit out there. He has to make another play to score the touchdown and send the game to overtime. And that is why the Raiders just, I don't know what to say. Like, it's just it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And I just don't understand how, I'm sorry, but it's like so frustrating. It's just like, just score the touchdown. Come on. Like, God. And that is one of those situations that the coaches outsmart themselves, right? You try to be all cute and all smart, like, "Ooh, we're gonna waste time and we're gonna kick the field goal. We're gonna win the game." And then the Dolphins go down. And look, if you're gonna do that, you got to play really good defense, right? That is showing you, if you're gonna do that, play with the field goal. That's telling your defense, "Hey, we have a lot of faith in you." And it's telling your defensive coordinator as well, "We've got a lot of faith in you to go out and clutch this victory." And like, they had it in their hands. Like, they had the win in their hands. And what did they do? They just said, Brashad Perryman did. They went, "Oh, oops, I dropped it." Like, I just, it's that game last night was the epitome of what the Raiders season has been this year. And on a totally different note, their inaugural season here in Vegas, it was this year. Going into that game last night, they were 2-5 at home, and after that game, they were 2-6 at home. So they're 7-8 overall, and they were 2-6 at home in their inaugural season. Next week's game is on the road for them. I don't know about you, but going 2-6 in your first season in a new home is not really that great. That's not something you want to, you know. That's not something you're going to be proud of, obviously, but I don't know. I think that if the Raiders are going to be successful, bottom line is they've got to scrap the John Gruden story. They've got to stop, you know, they've got to stop messing around. You know, they wanted to hire Gruden because they wanted it to be a great comeback for him and all that great stuff or whatever, but it's just not going to work, okay? That game last night showed you why. And they've just been on a terrible stretch of games, right? They almost lose to the Jets. They get absolutely stomped by the Colts. The Chargers come in and pull an upset, and then the Dolphins just I don't even know if it's really exposing the Raiders. I don't know. I don't think the Dolphins exposed the Raiders. I think the Raiders exposed the Raiders last night. But it doesn't matter now because they're not going to make the playoffs anyway. So next week it's just going to be a game that it doesn't really matter for them. It's kind of one of those play for pride type deals. But, like, oh my goodness. Like, that is like one of those games for the Raiders that, like, watching that game for, you know, rooting for the Raiders, it gave me an insight into what it feels like to be a fan of a team in the NFC East, right? Like, you're so close to winning and then gone. Nope. It just gets snatched from you. And I don't know, like, for the people that say that, for the people that are encouraging the field goal decision, I've got to question that, because I score the touchdown. Score the darn touchdown, and it's over. That's it. It's over. It's done. So, yeah, I have nothing else to say, because it's just... it is comical how bad that was for the Raiders. So that's really all I gotta say. Because I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I mean, I don't know what else you can say, really. So and I'm not doing Quiznos. I'm not saying toasty. I'm saying that is terrible. So, yeah. I'm still, this is the morning after. I'm recording this on Sunday morning here, and like that I'm still baffled by that. I'm still like it's crazy. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that Raiders epic collapse from last night. Thanks for watching the video. If you did enjoy, leave a thumbs up. The like button, that would be great. You can go check it out. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. If the button is red, that means you haven't subscribed. If it is gray, that means you have. If it's red, go ahead and give it a little tap, and you'll be subscribed. And if you hit the bell as well, you'll get notifications every time a new video is posted. Comments down below are always welcome. And as well, if you enjoyed the video, share it with your friends. Show them these videos. Check them out. All that great stuff. And other than that, I'll be back in the next video. I'm out.